guys, welcome back to my channel. It's just me, Cheryl. So guys, like, I'm feeling really rough at the moment. Like, I look rough. Like, don't I look rough? Lately I just haven't been putting any fake tan on at all. You all right? Yeah. This is Vincent. I just haven't been wearing it lately, and I must admit, every time I've been looking in the mirror, I just don't like what I'm looking at, right? The big saggy eyes, the pale skin. Like, I'm just not feeling it, and I feel very unconfident, and I just need a bit of colour on my skin. So a while ago, I think it may have been because I've already done a product review on the Dove Tinted Moisturizer, and I think it was on that video someone asked us to do a review on the Palmers Coco Butter one. So I was like, ooh, I've never heard of that before. I bought the Palmers Coco Butter Tinted Moisturizer. I bought this ages ago from Home Bargains, probably about a year ago. It's never been opened. I've never touched the seal or anything. I just bought it ready for this video. Now, when I was in Home Bargains, I only noticed that they had one size at the time, which was this size, and it's a 250ml bottle. I can't remember the exact price. I will leave it linked below, you know, for somewhere that you can't buy it. But I think it was about $2.99 or $3.99. It wasn't expensive at all. Recently, I've been back in the same Home Bargains, and I've noticed they have got the bigger bottles than this, but I've never used it before, so I think a smaller bottle is probably better. So this is by the brand Palmers. It's their Cocoa Butter Formula with vitamin E, natural bronze body lotion, Gradual tanning moisturizer. It builds and maintains a natural looking tan for all skin tones, and it's a 24-hour moisturizer, and it says it's made with natural cocoa butter. On the back, I'll not read everything, but it says that it's a creamy moisturizing lotion with a special combination of pure cocoa butter, with pure cocoa butter and vitamin E. It gives you like a nice natural looking glow, which is exactly what I want. I want to have like just a glow, you know, so I will pass and people say, oh, she's glowing, and I'm like, yes darling, I'm glowing. It's me. That's what I want. You kind of gradually build it up over a couple of days, so when you put the first layer on, I presume you're not going to get like really instant results. Vincent, like, this is not working. So normally what I do with my tinted moisturisers is I like to go in the shower or the bath, give myself, you know, like just a little scrub, depending on how many scrubs I've had that week, you know. Like, wash myself down. Then when I get out of the bath and I'm nice and dry, that's when I like to put the tinted moisturiser on my skin. I just use my hands. I just squirt it on my hands, rub it in, rub it onto my skin, and then what's left on my hands, I usually use the wet towel and I just rub it in between my hands like that, and that's what gets all the excess tan off. Don't know if it's going to work with this one like that on my hands because I've never used it before and I don't know how strong it is, but I'm just going to kind of put the tan on the same way as what I always put the tan on. This video is just going to be like a first impressions, just to see what I think about it, going to try it. Then I'm going to review the tan over like maybe 2 or 3 weeks, because I don't think you can get like a true feel of a tan over just one day. It's nice to see how it actually washes off. Do you go patchy? Does it look scaly? Like, there's a lot of fake tans that do that, and even tinted moisturisers, you might get a streaky looking one, you might go orange, you know, it might smell horrible, you just don't know. So this is just going to be like a first impressions video, and then I will be back with a follow-up video. But I want to smell it because I love Palmers Cocoa Butter. Their body lotions are amazing. It's actually been a while since I've used it, so I've just twisted the cap to unlock it, broke the seal. Like, come on darling. Oh, it's quite liquidy. Oh, it smells just like the Palmers Cocoa Butter Moisturizer. Oh my god, that is lovely. Very liquidy, like very liquidy. My cat's coming back again. Go on. Show me that way. He's really craving attention at the wrong time. But yeah, it is quite thin. But that may not be a bad thing because it might go on your skin quite nice. Oh, I'm so excited. So it's like 9 o'clock in the morning at the moment. I'm not going to be putting this on yet because I like to put it on when I'm in bed, but I wanted to show you how pasty and disgusting that I actually look right now. Yeah, and hopefully we can have like a bit of a glow up, you know, with 1 or 2 layers. So, you know, I'm going to have a nice hot bath tonight. Give myself a good scrubby scrub, you know. Yeah, and we'll be back soon. Just a quick little update. application 1 has been applied. So last night I had a nice long bath, I shaved everything, and before I went to bed, so it was about an hour, 2 hours later after I got out of the bath, I put all of the Gradual tanner like all over my body. Normally in the winter I kind of do just up to like me boobs, under me boobs, but because I'm trying it out, I thought I would put the tan everywhere. Now, I'm not horrific at doing fake tan, and I'm not horrific at Gradual tanners or tinted moisturisers, whatever you call them, but this hasn't turned out very well. You can see I've got a little bit of colour compared to yesterday, which is great, everything's fine. You know, the colour actually looks all right. If you look at me hands, I said that when I put the tan on, I use like the wet towel at the end and I go like that. I do have a few little orange bits like in between my fingers, but that's normal for me. When I do dishes and stuff, there's like a line there. When I do dishes and that, because I've got quite a lot of dishes, it comes off within a day. So the hand's not a problem. They're not really a funny colour there. It's just like in between the fingers. I don't think you can really see. You can kind of see it there. But yeah, right, if I used this Gradual tanner in the summer and this was my first ever time using it, I would be really, really angry because it has went on absolutely horrifically. It may be user error, it may be my fault. I felt like I did apply it everywhere thoroughly, like I normally would. I always wear long pyjamas when I go to bed. I always cover everything up because we had an incident where I used fake tan and I was nuddy and Craig had a bum cheek stuck to his back the next day. So yeah, I always wear like long pyjamas, not to stain him. I just feel like for me, wearing long pyjamas, it works a lot better with the tan. I don't feel like my arms like squashed together like that and you end up with bits there. It just works for me, that's just what I do, long pyjamas. Well, I wore long pyjamas this time and it went wrong. Look at that. It could be me, but it's like you say, the tan, it's quite an alright colour, you know, like it's not a bad colour, but that, imagine that in the summer. Now it's not just there, I've got a patch on my foot around my ankle, I've got 2 patches on the tops of my thighs, I've got a patch on my stomach, this arm, there's a weird like I do not know what has happened here, right, but it looks a bit crap. Like I say, this is the first time that I've used it. It could be something that I've done wrong, but I'm not impressed. And like I said, if it was in the summer and I was going to be wearing dresses and that, my legs look horrific, like they look atrocious, especially around my feet and my ankle. So like that's just so bad, man, honestly. Like, I'm so glad it's winter and I'm covered up, but I'm gonna have a nice hot shower again tonight. I can't really scrub myself because I scrubbed myself last night with one of those little hand mitt things and I gave myself a good exfoliation, so there's probably no dead skin left. So yeah, I'll probably just give myself a light little scrub to try and even it out, and I'll do another coat tonight. See what I look like. I just hope I'm all right everywhere else. I mean, if you look, it looks fine. I don't know if that's just my neck. Is that a patch? I'm not quite sure. So yeah, everything else looks all right. It's just, thankfully it's the parts that I can cover that look horrific at the moment. So yeah, application number 2 is going to happen tonight. Fingers crossed it goes better, because if not, I will keep trying it throughout the winter, but if this doesn't work, I'll be scrapping this tan. I'll be going back to my other one, right? Okay, because I can't be looking like this in the summer. Like, I don't really get my legs out that often in the summer, but if I want to go to the beach, I ain't looking patchy. Round 2, right? We'll do round 2 tonight and I'll be back for my final first impressions thought. And we'll just go from there, okay? We'll just go from there. Hi guys, so I'm back and I thought I would just give you like my final thoughts on the Palmers Gradual tanner. I'm not sure. I know this is a first impression, so sometimes you get good first impressions, sometimes you get bad first impressions, but I'm not sure if I like it or not. Me patch, I'll show you me patch. So I did like the second round of the tan, and you can't really know, well, you can actually, you can see that big patch there. You can see where it's clung to my skin. I feel quite orangey. Obviously in my hands, you can see where I've been washing them in that, but look. Now, the second time that I applied this tan, I got like a baby wipe and I made sure I rubbed really well in between my hands. I actually went in between my fingers and it just didn't make a difference. It's clung. So like the first time I didn't do that, I just used a towel and I went like that, and obviously it clung to like the insides of my fingers. The second time I've used a wipe and it still clung to the inside of my fingers and my hands look absolutely terrible. I'm quite embarrassed. I mean, my nails are pretty bad at the moment anyways because I'm in the middle of taking them off and redoing them, and they're still like Christmas nails. But it's just making people look at my hands a bit more. It's just disgusting, and they're not even as well. Like, I feel like when you look at them in daylight, even though I've put the tan everywhere very evenly, they're all very white here. It just looks terrible. It just looks so bad. I've still got a patch on my stomach, even though I made sure that I thoroughly covered everywhere. I made sure I used like enough product. I gave a couple of pumps each time and I made sure I thoroughly covered everywhere. And I don't know if it's just the way that I sleep in bed, but I've got a patch on my stomach. The first time that I used this Gradual tanner, I wore like long sleeve pyjamas so that it wouldn't kind of rub off. The second time I basically slept in the nutty below and just like a short t-shirt on top, and I still got a big patch on my stomach. My ankles and that, where I had the patches, they obviously look a little bit better like it did on my arm, but my feet just look orange. Like, I feel like I look orange. I don't look too bad now. I've put some makeup on that when you look at it, but and someone at work yesterday said that, oh, you look nice and tan. And I was like, oh, that's nice. But I just don't like the colour. Like, you can see it. I don't know. It is just a first impressions, like I said, so I might have to get used to it, but I kind of don't really want to keep using it because it just looks a bit rotten. When you put it on, it's not as thick as what obviously at the beginning when I first tried it, it wasn't that thick, and it's not like a really thick product, but it soaks in very quickly. So I think that's where I went wrong the first time. It soaks in very quick, so you just rub it a few times and then it kind of soaks in, so you can't just keep rubbing and rubbing. That's why you need to keep applying more and more product. It smells nice. I don't personally think it's kind of Gradual tanner that you could say have your shower the night before, put it on and then go around the next day. I don't feel like you could even put it on in the morning and then do your daily routine with this developing, because it doesn't feel very nice. Sometimes when you put Gradual tanners on, once they soak into your skin, they feel alright, but this feels like you've still got something there. It's just different, the ones that I've used before. When I went in the shower, obviously when you have tan and stuff, you're not really meant to rub your skin after you've kind of washed the developing layer off or anything. You're meant to just kind of pat your skin dry so that you're not scrubbing your tan off. But I just give myself like a light little rub. I've never really had any problems with doing that. This comes off, like even though you've been in the shower and you've used some shower gel or body wash, whatever you use, it still comes off. It still transfers onto your towels. I haven't noticed whether it stayed with towels when they've come out the wash. I don't think it would have done. It's just at the moment, it's not my favourite. So I don't know whether I'm going to come back and do a second video because I don't actually know if I want to keep using it. I just don't think it's for me. It doesn't work on my skin tone. I don't know. Do I maybe carry on using it and use a tanning mitt? That might be a bit better. I mean, it's not really grabbed to me elbows and that, so that's not too bad. Maybe I need to use a tanning mitt. I don't know. Unfortunately, at the moment, I'm not really raving about this. I don't think it's that amazing. If I don't continue to use it, I might try something else, or I might just go back to Dove. I like the Dove. It works. So this was just my first impressions on the Palmers Gradual Tanning Moisturizer. Not a fan of it, not at the moment. Don't know whether I'm going to come back with a second video to see how I've got on with it, you know, after a couple of weeks, because I don't know if I want to use it anymore. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell at the bottom so you're always notified when I post another video, and I will be back soon.